Hi, I'm Master Gardener Bourgondien,
and I'm Bobby Butts for Life.
And we're back with another Fraser Family Foundation promo. We don't have an email, it got screwed up a long time ago, but people still use our telephone number, 715-551-5194. 715-551-5194. Okay, so we're going to repeat that again several times. It's just about the things that we're doing. I don't know if you can hear this in the background or not. It's very, very low. I don't know, just a little bit of music for this, that, and the other. There's been a number of things going on. We are talking with a lot of people about the fact that we want to get another studio. Well, I don't know if we're going to do that at any time soon or not. And what I thought we would talk about a little bit is the upcoming episodes. Now there's some nice people on the radio, which I consider nice people on the radio, that are talking about the fact that that fentanyl. Okay, now a lot of people don't know what fentanyl is. It actually comes from plants, and actually in the sage family, believe it or not. A lot of people, since it's fentanyl, believe that it's from the fennel family, and no, it is not. It's actually from the sage family. And if they make it synthetically, which apparently the Chinese do, they can stick all kinds of stuff in there. If real fentanyl is just from the plant family, it's not nearly as dangerous. But there's a lot of people saying now that the fentanyl is getting into everything. And a lot of people have been asking me as a professional gardener, well, where does it come from? Well, it does come from a plant. If you touch a sage, if you eat it, nothing's going to happen to you. But if it's laced with any kind of fentanyl that comes from China or even apparently Mexico, then it's pretty dangerous. And there's a warning out now, folks, that you really need to be aware of. And the fact is that if you see some money laying on the street, don't pick it up. It's been laced with fentanyl.
Wire bags that are looking obscure, like out of oh gosh, look at that. Don't touch it. It's been reported that many people have already died from touching this money, and they're doing this on purpose. So here in America, most likely in other countries as well.
Yeah, most likely in other countries too. There actually is a woman who picked up a dollar bill off the street someplace in Wisconsin. I'm not sure of the city. I'm not going to say which one I think it is, because I don't know if that's right. But she got very, very ill, had to be hospitalized, and she's doing okay now, but she was very, very sick. So, if you need to ask a question about a plant, any plant in the world, go ahead and call the number, our Fraser Family Foundation number, and ask. And we do get a lot of questions on there. There's a lot of people who are asking us when we're going to be going bigger, bigger, bigger. Well, we're dealing with the city council and the mayor in the city of Wausau for different things, for different reasons. So we're not going to go into that. But the fact is that we keep doing our episodes, and we keep going because people don't want us to quit. And one of the things that really bothered me last year is I found out that I called 15 different apple orchard growers around the state of Wisconsin, some in Illinois and some in Michigan, and we all said the same thing. Our apple trees are not producing very many apples. Well, there's a number of reasons why. It could be the weather, most likely it's not. I won't go into any of the reasons. But we've also noticed, a lot of people and I who are in this profession, that the apples are not producing nearly as many apples. The trees are not full like they were before all of this stuff started. And it's a matter of, take it for what it's worth. I do believe one thing, I won't say what that is, but I've noticed that a lot of seeds do not germinate. Now, one of the problems that's been going on is there's a lot of tomato plants that they're not producing any flowers. And I've talked about this pretty much before. People asked me to actually talk about it on the next episode, well, this is Fraser Family Foundation promo.
It's a promo,
But,
advertisement
but
in many ways for
the
many things.
name of the show is It's Not Work, It's Fun with me, Master Gardener Bernie Delaunay. Okay?
Bobby Buds for Life.
For health. Anyway, getting back to the point. Why are my tomato plants not producing flowers? Well, there's been some speculation, and I'm not going to go deeply into this, that people have been spraying from above a growth inhibitor. One of them is parabenoxylate, which I've talked about many times. And there's other things that can be sprayed that are considered growth inhibitors too. That could be one reason why. And they're saying, well, if we can't grow tomatoes, if we can't grow this, that, or apples, or peaches, or whatever, how are we going to eat? Because the idea is that there are some people around the world who do want us to have famine.
And that's not a very foreign subject, as a matter of fact. You hear it kind of sparsely, the word famine, but you do hear it if you view many of the diverse, which there are diverse, news stations around our country. Every once in a while you will hear the word famine. And it's just something that's kind of coming up into the forefront for people to deal with. And Master Gardener, I must say, she not only, number one, knows her stuff, she also does her research. I do mine too, but I do it in a different way.
It's a different subject.
But she really knows what she's talking about. So, and not that you can't find out on your own, of course, and that's what we expect anybody to do, because everybody's individual. And that's fine. That's great. That's the way it should be. This is America, right?
But these are products, no, these are problems that actually are, really affecting everybody around the world. And there's a lot of, I wonder what goes on in Australia. I wonder what goes on in Italy, or the Netherlands, or Switzerland, or Sri Lanka. Any number of countries, and you don't hear a whole lot about them. Well, yeah, I've done my research. I found out in the Netherlands that Netherlands people, the farmers, they're famous for having duck farms. They raise ducks and sell these ducks for different reasons all over the world. The government has been burning the farms to the ground, okay? Now, if that's not an indication to me that famine is in the vocabulary, in the vernacular right now, I think that it is. And it bothers me because I have at times grown tremendous amounts of food. And I have at times not only grown tremendous amounts of food, but with the help of other people, donated a lot of food to a lot of food pantries right here in north central Wisconsin. And if we can't grow our own food, then a lot of people really are going to starve. And I've been known to feed a lot of people, and so has she.
Yes, and my husband, oh my goodness, especially in California, as well as Wisconsin.
Yes. We have to talk about these things, because if we don't talk about them, then we're going to get run over by them. And one of the things that I caught on to Gordon Ramsay, Master Chef, last night, was that he hired people. I don't think he grows anything, but he hired people to grow all kinds of vegetables and herbs, spices, and just tons of different stuff outside of his Master Chef restaurant in California. I'm not sure what city it's in, but he had a tremendous garden there, and they grow all kinds of stuff, which he uses in the kitchen. Now, if he has people that grow them and they feed people, and people come in and eat because they're growing their own food, that should tell you. That's a hint right there that he had supply line difficulties of some kind, supply chain difficulties, and he thought it was worth his while to have a team come in and grow food right. He owns the land. It's right there in California. He has a number of restaurants, but that's the one that I heard about. So that was an idea of mine for many, many years ago, and we actually are working with some of the businesses on this very idea. Now, we did have, several years ago, and I believe it was 8 big churches in the Wausau area. We got together and grew thousands and thousands of pounds of food. And I helped start everything off because I was the main gardener to get everything going. And then the church people came in and they did the weeding, they did all the stuff. They asked me what to do, how to do it. And I helped get them all started. I wasn't hired, but I volunteered my time. And every bit of food that we grew, and it was thousands and thousands of pounds, got donated to Salvation Army, some of the churches, some of their own pantries. I won't go into who they are because the list is pretty long. And not only Salvation Army, but Neighbor's Place, and just a number of food pantries around the area that in many different cities around north central Wisconsin. And we did eventually stop doing that because the land that we were using, actually the farmer sold. And so we couldn't find another space or whatever, things happen. But that's something that everybody needs to really, really think about, is reproducing your own. A lot of people say to me, you know what they say, Bobby, is they say, well, I don't know how to grow a garden. It's only 3 months out of the year around here. Well, it can last a heck of a lot longer if you know what you're doing, work with a greenhouse and spread that out and really make it stretch. You can make it, even, I've done it in my own home. I've done it in my own greenhouse.
Can't you even do it in your basement?
Sure.
Isn't that where our father started his?
He did. He started in his basement under lights.
God rest your soul.
And you can make it stretch out. You can bring plants in. There's a way of doing it. You gotta know what you're doing though. And I think that's probably why, one of the reasons why I'll be one of the flower judges in the Lincoln County Fair on August 17th. That's in this Merrill, but it's called Lincoln County Fair.
I do need to ask, just interject one particular thing. The fact that, you know, some people might be saying, well, how do you know about, where do you get the, you know, information or the idea or the, maybe, for lack of a better word right now, comes to my mind, authority to say, no, they are saying that they might be burning, or these things are farms, duck farms, whatever, other animals too, and it's all over the news. Different, again, if you search different channels of news, you do hear about the animals, the different kinds of animals on the farms that have been already burnt to the ground. Well, how do you get that information? Well, it's like anything else. If you hear something enough times, it sort of starts people thinking, their wheels turning, well, gee, I wonder if so-and-so isn't happening.
I wonder if that's really true.
Yeah. And then you do more research, and then you might find all of these other people. And the more you ask, the more you learn. It's really the truth. So
and you know
that's where we haven't been to the Netherlands or to the other countries that even I think that possibly are suffering in these different ways.
And you know,
Master Gardner has talked
one
about.
One of the things you got to do.
But a lot of people are talking about it.
You know, one of the things you got to listen to both sides of the aisle.
Yes.
Because then you can discern for yourself and do your research, okay? How I get this information is I do my research. I've done it for years. I not only took college courses, UW-Platteville, alma mater. I love that school. And
several family members went to
UW-Platteville. That's
our
my alma
mother,
mater.
God rest her soul, graduated at the age of 88 or something like that. To UW-Platteville.
Well, it wasn't quite 88, but it was.
I guess it was.
Anyway, yes, do your research, decide for yourself, but listen to both sides of the aisle. The people who say, "Oh, that's not going on," give them a listen, and then people who say they are going on, give them a listen. Compare the two. Do your own research, and
that
think
is
for yourself.
Yes, that is one thing that we always reiterate regarding. Oh well, if you don't want to do it, fine. That's up to you. The choice is always yours. But it starts with, well, you know what? Maybe I could give so-and-so a listen.
Yeah, you know what? God always gives us choices every single day of our lives. So that's how I came to know. I heard somewhere, I don't remember where, that the Netherlands were getting, the government was burning down their duck farms and killing all these animals. So I actually went online, I went to different news sources, and I actually found the proof where they actually really are doing that. And if you want to trust our mainstream media, go ahead, that's your choice. You don't always think they're always correct, though. I'd rather find other choices and listen to them and compare. That's how I do it. That's how a lot of people ask me how I got to be so knowledgeable about plants. It wasn't just one way. It wasn't just this way. It wasn't strictly this. It was a whole multitude of things, not only taking college courses at UW-Platteville, but watching my father, watching my grandparents on their farm back in Iowa.
I can attest to that, because they would
doing
say,
my own studies.
Come girls, come granddaughters, in other words, come daughters, come help me in the garden. Or, oh, she can go. She went. Okay,
Yeah.
Me, I don't touch plants.
And I go for a walk with my grandmother down a country road.
She listened and she learned.
And she
watched.
And she never wanted to go.
No,
and she'd go, okay, that plant's called stinging nettle. And if you touch it, it's going to sting you. That's why it's called stinging nettle. Or that plant's going to make you itch. That's poison ivy or poison oak. That plant, or poison sumac, that's going to make you itch, or it's not good for you. Well, this plant, a dandelion leaf, you can actually eat this. And I would remember all that stuff. And we would just walk and we'd talk. This is with my grandmother. And she wanted me to learn this stuff. She wanted her to learn too. But now I'm going to do my nails.
Oh, I'm sorry, I can't. I can't get my nails dirty. Oh, I got to wash my hair.
So at any rate, folks, you can, absolutely call our phone number, leave a message, as long as it's not pornographic or dirty. 715
551
5194 715
551
5194.
What was that number again?
715
551
5194. Okay, so at any rate, folks, call the number. And if you want to know how we do what we do, don't be afraid to ask. If you see us out on the street and recognize it, don't be afraid to come up and say hi. It's fine. It's okay.
And there is one other thing that they're asking us to get back into, if you remember right. A couple of the big stores want to start doing the meet and greets, the demos again.
Absolutely. That's right.
And we just at this time, we're still trying to get other things, irons in the fire going.
We don't know.
Working on them.
If we're going to do the meet and greens.
And they have come to us. Yeah, so
again, shortly again, or in the long term. We don't know.
It's in the process of our thinking.
We don't know what's going to happen there.
Yeah.
Okay. We might very well be doing it again. I don't know for sure.
Yeah.
But at any rate, I do want to, I guess, finish up by saying, yes, we've got our stoppers, you might call them, at City Hall that doesn't want public access to go forth, and there's a person there that thinks the channel just strictly belongs to them and no one else, and that actually is a fact.
And remember, the name of this channel is
Public Access.
Here we go.
Okay, folks, I'm Master Gardener Bernie DeLaNay.
I'm Bobby Buds for Life.
It's not work, it's fun. And
Mm-hmm.
Bobby Buds for Life.
Yes.
And you can contact us again,
715-551-5194. And do not, please, don't forget to vote.
August 9th. That's the primary. I'm not going to say who to vote for. It's a primary.
Mm-hmm.
Make your choice, but don't forget to vote.
Yes, please.
Vote.
It's our inalienable. Is that what the word? Right.
Yeah.
As an American.
It is our right to do that. Yeah. And let's not forget, the Constitution was based on God's laws.
That's right.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Adios. Adios, Rebecca.